Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Games from Almost in Full Color, and today we're finally going to reveal the customized PS5 that I did. Well, it was my own PS5. I actually said back in the video when I was first going over my impressions of the PS5 that I planned on doing something special with mine, just to kind of make it my own. And really, I was just bored, like just being stuck in the house, due to this whole COVID thing. And I just was like, I kind of want to try something different that I never done before. So we came with this, and well, let's take a look. So as you can see, we went with the Gold Ranger theme from Power Rangers Zeo. As you can obviously see behind me, I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. I don't watch it anymore just because it kind of lost me, maybe just from growing up, getting older. But coming up as a kid, I can definitely say Power Rangers was my favorite show, and I believe I watched it all the way up through Power Rangers in Space. So, but the Zeo arc was one of my favorite arcs, mostly because of the Gold Ranger. I believe everybody's favorite Power Ranger was probably the Green Ranger. And the reason I didn't go with the Green Ranger is because honestly, I just couldn't like put that much green on the console. I don't think it would have turned out great. Black was actually really good, especially seeing as the Gold Ranger's main color scheme is black with like, I was obviously the second highest part is the gold, but majority is black. So the PlayStation 5 is kind of big, and that black kind of gives it that slimming effect. And also it just helps really accentuate the gold areas of it. So for anyone wondering, I did do a bunch of research before I actually tackled this. I looked at a bunch of videos online on YouTube, as well as just also doing research into like what paints would be best to use for plastic, seeing as the shells on the PS5 is made of plastic, as well as the stand itself, because I wanted to paint both of those. But actually painting wasn't my first thought process. My first thought, I was going to vinyl wrap it. I ran into a couple issues with the vinyl. I looked at other people's designs that they had posted, as well as other sites that offer customized vinyl skins. And the thing I really didn't like about it was it seemed like everyone's design I seen that went with the vinyl, they never wrapped the inside of the PlayStation shells. So those were always white. Now, granted, his gloves are white and also his feet are white. And if you can't really see it, maybe you can, but like his neck collar is also white. So part of me was like, well, you could get away with it by just saying that that white is part of his color scheme. But deep down, I would have known that it's just because I didn't wrap the inside, and I'm kind of not really making an excuse for it, but making an excuse for it. So I didn't really like that approach. I also seen people had plastic dip theirs, and that was good from the aspect of if I ever didn't like the idea or didn't like the design, I could just peel the plastic stick or plastic dip right off and pretty much reset from start on it. And that was okay until I realized I really didn't want the texture of the plastic dip to be on my PlayStation. I kind of wanted it to retain its out of box texture, or just the smoothness that it has. I didn't want that rubberized feel of the plastic dip on it. So that's pretty much what brought me to where we are now, which was paint. For anyone interested, these are the products that I used in order to paint the PlayStation. I'll say that the most difficult part of it was just because of where I'm at now. It's extremely cold, and if anyone out there has painted before, you know that the cold makes it take forever to get the paint to dry, especially to the point to where you can actually start assembling this thing back together. Because I did take it all apart outside of the actual PlayStation core itself. I didn't take any of those pieces out. I was actually thinking, should I paint the memory expansion drive cover as well as the fan cover as well? I was thinking about painting those gold, but I decided against that mostly because you're not ever going to see it. And I just felt like, maybe kind of keep the paint as much on the outside plastic pieces as possible and kind of keep it away from the internals. Uh, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I am actually awaiting a different vinyl piece to go right here. It'll actually be a little bit bigger than what it is now. Just being held up by the mail. I'm not really too happy with the one that I printed out just because I used a regular inkjet printer. I feel like it could be better, so I kind of went with a professional company called Poster Burner. They're the ones who provided me with the new one I'll put on here, and when it does come in, I'll post the video and show you guys the difference between the two. The controller actually was not that bad to do. I was kind of worried that the controller would be crazy just due to the adaptive trigger mechanism in the R2 and L2, and it actually wasn't that bad taking it apart. Obviously, there's tons of YouTube videos out there showing you how to take it apart and put it back together, but that was it was actually really easy to do. And since you could disassemble all of the buttons and everything like that, as well as the plastic piece and the touchpad, it was easy to go ahead and just paint those gold. My first thought was I was going to leave all the buttons alone, just because I wanted to kind of keep the square X, those letters or whatever, those symbols on each button itself. But as I was looking at it, I didn't like the white again. It just was too much white, so I just went on and painted them gold, which actually Roger on the channel had recommended that I just paint the buttons gold. And after looking at it, I was like, yeah, that's probably the better option. So I'm really happy with how the controller turned out. And for anyone wondering, yes, it does still work. That was probably my biggest fear, that I would put it back together and it not work. One thing I did change when I put the controller back together is I removed the microphone out of the controller. I don't know about anyone else, but I hate that they put a mic inside the controller for the PS5, just due to I'm always having to mute it before I play online games, because I don't realize that my voice is carrying through the controller into the game chat, because I normally utilize Discord. So I really hate that, and since I had it apart, I was like, you know what? I can fix that by just removing the mic. So that was actually a surprise benefit of actually doing this. So that was really good. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Just wanted to show you guys this, and let me know in the comments what you think about it. If you like the design, or if you think I could have actually added some white in and maybe kind of, get in the color scheme for his gloves and things, and maybe that might have actually made it a little bit better. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, and please subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more stuff that we do. But with that being said, we're out.